Well, did we really expect anything different? Francois Legault is now our premier and he has a new cabinet. Well, give him credit for gender equality, but for the life of me, I cannot find a minister responsible for the English-speaking community. Frig, we had one a couple of weeks ago under the Liberals. Well, to be fair, one MNA has been given the title of Parliamentary Secretary for Anglos, but it is a downgrade. New reality, the new guys in town don't need us. We didn't elect them. Let's hope they at least continue to fund the English Secretariat. That is a step in the right direction. And you have to love this. Jolin-Barrette has been named Minister of Immigration, Diversity and Inclusion. The CAQ kept the portfolio title the Liberals had used. Now, given the CAQ's position on difference, there has to be a joke in there somewhere. Now, I once asked then Premier Bourassa about his proudest accomplishment in political life. He said it was keeping his caucus and party together through some very tough times. Well, Mr. Legault, welcome to power. Keeping track of all these rookie MNAs and inexperienced cabinet members will be like herding cats. In many ways, the CAQ is so not ready for prime time. There will be missteps and plenty of them, I would guess. But it is what we have, and something tells me that that new car shine is going to fade pretty quickly. Now, for many, a vote for Quebec Solidaire was a vote for a left-wing socialist party challenging the system. But its true colors were on display this week, like their very distant cousins in the PQ. The Solidaires removed the Canadian flag from the Red Room of the National Assembly during swearing-in ceremonies. And their oath of allegiance to the Crown was done behind closed doors. Now, I can live with that, but removing the flag is just small-minded politics. So the great Canadian pot experiment is underway. Cannabis for recreational use is now legal in the true north, and the world hasn't ended.
Marijuana, the burning weed with its roots in hell.
The fact of the matter is that about 85% of Canadians don't smoke weed. Well, think about it. All this reefer madness is all about 15% of the population. Now, I somehow think that legal pot will just become the new normal very quickly. The lines will diminish at pot stores, and cannabis companies may just find they haven't found the goose or that golden egg. So much remains to be seen. Much of the hype is just that, hype. It does seem rather ironic, though, and hypocritical that the Plant administration would allow pretty much a free-for-all on where you can smoke pot in Montreal, and during the same week announce it wants to crack down on smoke from a handful of bagel shop ovens. Something stinks. Now, there are some concerns, particularly with the effects on teenage brains. A McGill study released this week had some sobering news for young drivers. It found that the risk of collisions increases dramatically for 5 hours after consuming cannabis. Reaction time, for example, after smoking one joint, declined significantly and lasted for hours. The greatest impact of legalization could be on the roads. Drinking and driving, while having become socially unacceptable, still kills and maims thousands of Canadians every year. And the best the cops have right now detecting cannabis roadside is something called the Draeger Drug Test 5000. The federally approved device has its limitations, like its size, but probably the biggest is that it doesn't work in cold weather, so pretty much useless in Canada for about 5 months of the year. Some police forces have said no thanks. Well, this is Canada after all. There has to be a better way. Now, the funniest item I saw this week was a tweet from CBC reporter Thomas Daigle, who is working out of the United Kingdom. He writes, "Our London intern was doing streeters, i.e., getting people's opinions about Canada legalizing cannabis. One respondent called it inhumane, adding, 'We're already killing fish and all sorts of animals.' Well, they had misunderstood, thinking Canada was legalizing cannibalism. We aren't there yet, even with a severe countrywide case of the munchies."
Is that a joint, man? That guy there looks like a Yeah, a quarter pounder, man. Led Zeppelin.
I'm Barry Wilson. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to check out our weekly poll on Facebook. We want to know what you think.